Hey, howdy, hey! Today I'm going to show you how to draw Woody from Toy Story. So, let's just get started. Okay, guys, well, with Toy Story 4 out right now, I can't believe there's a Toy Story 4. I figured this would be a good opportunity for a tutorial on Woody. So, let's dive right in. Okay, so when drawing Woody, and we're just going to draw in his head today, let's give plenty of room for his hat. So we're going to draw in a circle about yay big on the paper. Okay? And then I'm going to draw in the vertical axis and the horizontal. You'll notice the angle that I'm drawing. Okay? So we've got that shape in there. Now with Woody, because he has a long head, he is 2 circles high as far as the head shape is concerned. Okay, so we're going to just continue it down like so. All right. Now don't worry about anything being exact yet. We'll worry about that in a minute. Okay, so what I usually do when I draw these guys is I draw in big, nice, round circles for the eyes. Okay, we got one on this side, and I want to separate it like so on either side of this vertical axis line, just like that. It's nice and round. Now his nose comes down about here, and it comes out here kind of like a ski jump, just like that. It's a curved off triangular shape, just like so. Okay, now from there I know where those cheeks are going to go. So the cheeks are shaped like this on this side. And on the other side, because of the three-dimensional nature of the character, we give him what looks like a nice high cheekbone, just like that. I'm going to give him that shape to his head there. And now, halfway in the middle of the eye here, that's where his ear goes. It starts up here, and then it finishes at the bottom of his nose. So now you know exactly how big his ear is. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pull it in, because I just drew guidelines there. Just like that. So now that the ear is in, this is usually when I put in his sideburns and his hair. So his sideburns come down here. They're very Disney-like, just like what they allow at the theme parks. He's a very clean-cut character from the 50s, remember? So we want to make sure that he has that nice clean-cut, wholesome look to him. Okay, so now that I've got that part in, I'm going to go back into the eyes. I'm going to just define the shape. So we're going to flatten out slightly the bottoms of his eyes, because they're not going to be completely round circles, right? And then we're going to bring up the side of his eye. But we want to give him some room for expression, so we're going to bring an eyelid down a little bit, but I'm not going to draw in the top of the eyelid. We're just defining the shape of the eye. Okay? And on this side, because everything is obscured because of the angle of the drawing, to cheat just a little bit, give him just a little personality to the shape of the eyes there. Now, Woody likes to smile big, so his eyes are nice and wide open. But you don't want both pupils out in the middle of his eye. So we'll obscure one a little bit, so that when we draw in the entire iris and pupil of this eye, it's not off-putting. Okay. See, these are the things you do have to worry about when you are illustrating. You don't want him to look like he's a little crazy. You don't want him looking like he hasn't slept in weeks. Nice and healthy. So now I've got those, I'm going to draw in his eyebrows. So I want his eyebrows to show his emotions a little bit. He's not angry. He's, matter of fact, he's saying, hey, howdy, hey, right? So here's a little howdy partner type expression that we're going to go for here. One eyebrow slightly up higher than the other, shows a little personality. And now I know where to put the bottom part of his hat. Okay, so I've got that right there. I'm going to continue very lightly though, shape of his head, just so I can guide where the top part of his hat goes. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to draw in the brim of his hat. Now, depending on the angle that you're drawing the hat, it's going to come in at different shapes, different angles. This right here, this angle right here, we're just going to draw it in like so. Very lightly continue the line over this way so that I see where that top of the brim goes. All right, and we're gonna bow it out a little bit, but then we're gonna bring it in a little because it kind of slopes down right here in the center, right? And then comes back out like that. Okay. I exaggerated that a little far, but you get where you're going here. Actually, let's erase that. We're allowed to make mistakes in our drawings. The important thing is that we see the mistake and we fix it, right? So, that should be a little more straight. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, and don't be afraid to pull out that kneaded eraser and fix it. Okay. So now that we have the brim, I know how tall the middle part of his hat's going to go. Now, because the center of his head is here, the center of his hat is here, and this part is the part that's taller than the rest of it. So we're going to bring it up like this, and then we're going to curve it, and we're going to come down sharply right here. Okay. I'm going to draw in those loops. Go all the way around his brim. Okay. Now let's give him his howdy partner type smile. Now when you're drawing Buzz and Woody, you want to make sure that you don't draw with too dark a line, because you can really affect the way it looks if it's too dark. They're computer rendering, so anything with too hard a line is going to look off. Okay, so his mouth, right about here. The corners of his mouth come up sharply, like that. I'm going to do that on one side. The other side's going to be down a little lower. Now when you draw him with an open mouth, you don't want it going down too far. You keep it just like this. When you draw in his teeth, you don't draw separate teeth. You just draw one mass of teeth top and bottom, and then I'll shade that in a little bit. Now here's where you can draw in with a darker line. Okay. And now that I drew in the face, I can see that I drew in his jawline a little low. That's not a problem because we draw lightly, we draw loosely, we draw so that we can erase if we need to, right? So, now what you want to do, because Woody is a cowboy from the 50s, you want to give him a nice strong jaw. Just like so. That looks a lot better. Let's erase. Gotta clean my eraser a little. No time for that right now. Okay, so now what we want to do, I'm going to bring down his neck, just like so. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop at the collar and the bandana. So I'm going to draw in the bandana, like so. It's got a big knot. The back of the bandana, like this. And like that. And then when we draw in his collar, the collar to his shirt, it's going to be start off as a V shape like this. Then we come out like this. We turn that V into an M. And then we just throw some dimension in it. And then I'll throw in just a hint of his shirt pattern, just like so. All right. Okay. All right. Well, guys, listen, I've got a Buzz Lightyear tutorial right up here, and now you'll be able to draw in your favorite duo from Toy Story. I've got other videos to check out, so please check them out right here. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell notification so you're always on top of when I put on another video. And until then, we're going to see you later, all right? Go see Toy Story 4. All right. Watch more videos first. Don't forget to like them. Tell your friends to subscribe.